Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to NS9 Live, presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Jim, we have Tyler, and we have the Alex Stumpf. What's up, Alex?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Not much.
Good. I guess
There we
that's
go.
a better
Good.
response. Yeah, there we go.
Start. Great start.
Podcasting expert here.
Alex, it's nice to have somebody that knows what they're talking about on the show.
Yeah, for once.
So it's nice to have Jim back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. How about this World Baseball Classic?
No.
How about Mark DeRosa coming out and saying that they wanted to win? It's weird that they want to win this game because their ticket's already been punched, and then they go and lay a complete egg. But it looks like they got they're going to advance. Italy's up 6-0 right now, so unless the game goes into like 15 innings or something, some really weird stuff would have to happen at this point for the USA to not advance. But man, what a failure that was.
But the rapid
that was awful.
But the rapid
I mean, you have to worry about load management. You have to worry about load management after like 3 games. It's
Right.
a real crisis.
They were one of the few teams to have like an off day too. Like they had 2 games, an off day, and then 2 games. So like they didn't even have to. Yeah, I don't know. It was hopefully they get their act together in the playoff round.
It's just such a piratey thing. That's all. I mean, just unbelievable.
Is Francisco Cervelli going to get a managerial job next year?
Just for simply knowing the rules.
Just for winning a couple games and knowing the rules?
I don't.
Hey, he's doing a heck of a job, though.
The Angels are always out there. America's team.
America's team. Yeah.
All right.
Well, at least they got the advance. So all things remain okay, I guess, to some level. But yeah, they had to win. They needed to win, Mark. Way to go. But enough of that. Let's talk about the Pirates, who are actually maybe good this year.
Yeah. No, I mean we're gonna get into our show tonight is mostly going to be around predicting the opening day roster. I feel like we haven't really spent a whole lot of time just like we've spent some time talking about like specific position battles, but like let's take a step back, look at the whole 26-man roster as a whole, and let's throw out some predictions. We've got 2 more weeks essentially before the team heads north, so 2 more weeks of games. So that's going to be kind of the bulk of this show. But also we wanted to have Alex on at the very beginning here because if you haven't heard, Alex is doing a daily podcast on North Shore 9. It's going to be called Offbeat. And the first episode, it's going to air every day, 15 minutes, but Monday through Friday. And it's going to be Alex's show. He's going to be talking whatever he wants to talk about. And the first show is going to be tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. So Alex, I'm pretty pumped. What can everybody expect from Offbeat?
Well, I'm pretty pumped about it too. The way I am approaching this is I want to be able to touch on what's going on with the ball club, what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing from inside the clubhouse. I want to be able to have a different type of platform that I haven't really had the last couple years to present this info. So like tomorrow's episode, the premiere episode, I'm talking about Connor Griffin. And it's not just, does he make the opening day team, but it's what I've heard, in regards to like a contract, if something like that is possible. What is his status for making the opening day team? Does he have to have a contract to make the team? So there's a lot of information that I have there. I'm like, well, this is just a perfect outlet for that. So it's not always going to be something like that. Sometimes it's going to be, a little more analytical. Sometimes it's going to be a little more columny. Sometimes it's going to be, bringing on a guest and having an interview. But like, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. like you said, these are going to be 15-minute bites. Hopefully, it could just be part of your morning routine or whenever you decide to consume podcasts.
Now that's just incredible because I've been anticipating this debut. I've been excited for this debut, but to drop the Connor Griffin extension news live from that show tomorrow, you outdid yourself. Well, pre-recorded, but dropping the Connor Griffin extension news on the show tomorrow, you outdid yourself, buddy.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, it better get a lot of downloads if we're gonna go that route. I'm just doing what I'm hearing.
Basically, you're going to tell us that the extension's done. We're just waiting till he debuts.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect.
We'll go with that. Whatever gets the buzz.
Stay tuned tomorrow
to Yellow Journalism, the podcast.
I think what I'm just most excited about is like, you know, we do the post game shows daily, and so like that's just going to be like an immediate emotional reaction to like what we just saw. And so like we're going to have that. So like all of our viewers, listeners, you're going to first, you know, kind of get the immediate emotional reaction to what we just watched. And then, you know, in the morning, they'll have your 15-minute blitz there to really talk about really what, like I said, whatever it is that you're seeing there. And the fact that, you know, we're watching the game as fans, you're there as as the media, you're in the media room, you're in the clubhouse, like you're talking to the players, you're talking to the coaches. So I just like the different dynamic that it's going to bring to the podcast. So yeah, I'm super excited to just throw this into the mix of what we've got going on here. And I think the viewers and the listeners out there are going to like it a lot. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped.
Same here. And I like the fact that it's going to be a daily, like anytime I've ever done a podcast, it's been like a weekly show. Like Noah and I back in the day, we would record like hour-long podcasts, you know, once a week. And it's like, well, this is something that's a little different than that. Mm-hmm. Like, let's see how that approach goes. So I'm looking forward to it.
Short, concise, to the point, easily digestible. So yeah, I mean, a 15-minute show, like everyone can watch or listen to a 15-minute show every day.
You would think.
You would think.
You would hope.
Let's hope.
We'll find out.
Let's hope. Yep. Yeah, we'll find out. But it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, first episode tomorrow. We're going to try to drop these like early morning so that, you know, whenever you wake up, they are there ready for you. So
yeah, and we know you're a night owl, so that makes some sense.
That's just the baseball schedule.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I say something really stupid on a post game, and then Alex is going to debunk it in the morning, and I'm going to feel like an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, but that's going to be like the good thing about it, right? Because like we're going to be watching something, and we're going to be either like really mad about something, or like, why in the hell did this happen? And then like in the morning, Alex is maybe going to be able to tell us why something did happen. So no, I think it's going to be a pretty cool dynamic.
I agree. But speaking of feeling stupid, let's get into our first segment here.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
So I think this is Alex's first time being on the show while doing this, right? Or no, you were on before?
I was on whenever you texted Antoine Kelly, I think it was.
So you're on for the debut.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. So we'll run it back. You brought us good luck. So let's go ahead and do this one more time.
While you're
Jim,
bringing up the wheel, while you're bringing up the wheel there and spinning, today's stupid random question is: if animals had jobs, which one would be the most annoying coworker and why? That's our stupid question for today. So give it a spin.
Let's spin this. Let's find out. Who are we going to ask today? Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Do we have enough time to read this answer?
From Fangraphs, Dan Szymborski, the mastermind of Zips. Awesome. Do you want to go ahead and shoot that over to him, Donardo?
I'm sending it right now.
Okay. Alex, well, I was waiting for Denard to take this off the screen here, but there we go. Boom. You don't have to hang on the whole show. You've got a show to record, so we'll see you in the morning.
See you guys in the morning. Looking forward to it.
All right, Alex. Have a good one. Thanks for hopping on.
Hi, buddy.
All right. So Dan Zamborski is the recipient of our stupid question. But no, I'm super excited for Offbeat. I just think the dynamic of it is going to be really, really cool for what we're doing. So
yeah, I fully agree.
I'm
also very excited
NS9
about
got a lot smarter.
Oh, for sure.
Which wasn't hard to do.
And also just put this out there, because based on those YouTube comments on, like, when I had Alex on to kind of talk about this, no one's leaving. Like, Alex didn't replace anybody. Doug's still here. Sorry, Paul. Neil's still here. Also, sorry, Paul. Alex is on the show. But yeah, everyone's still here. We're just adding Alex. We didn't have to replace anybody. So there's that.
all right. So do we want to dive into this topic?
Yeah.
You're gonna do your thing, aren't you?
No, I didn't create a PowerPoint or
Oh,
anything
thank
for
God.
this.
Oh.
I didn't. But I think the best way to do this is essentially to go through just each position group. We'll do catchers, infielders, outfielders. We'll do starting pitchers. We'll do relief pitchers, and really just see. I'm curious on if we have similar thoughts, if it's all going to be the same. I think we're going to have a little bit of differences here in terms of some of these final positions, but yeah, let's get going. So we're going to predict the 2026 Pirates opening day lineup, not lineup, but roster, and just with the information that we have right now, the players that we have right now. Yeah, let's kick this off. So it's 13 pitchers, 13 position players. Yeah.
Just to be clear, we're doing this based on what we predict, not what we want.
This is a prediction, correct?
Prediction,
not necessarily what we would do, but it's gonna be a prediction. Yes. So this is what I think is gonna happen. To answer John's question.
Yep.
All right. Catcher group. Does anybody have more than 2? Does anybody have the team carrying 3 catchers?
No.
All right.
Is not
Does
wise.
everybody have the team carrying Henry Davis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Henry Davis. And then I've got Joey Bart. I don't think he's getting dealt. I think he's going to remain on the team for these next 2 weeks, and Joey Bart's going to be the second catcher.
I agree. Joey Bart will be on this team, but the only place I disagree is that I think he does end up getting more starts than Henry Davis by probably midseason.
Okay.
Is that a hot take?
I mean, it's not hot. It's just lukewarm.
Because what's that? I'm curious. Why is that the case?
Guys, Henry Davis has been terrible at the plate the entire spring.
Counter. Every other spring, Henry Davis has been good at the plate, and he's
Fair.
been bad in the regular season. So he just does the opposite. He's saving all of his hits for the regular
Counterpoint.
season, Tyler.
He's going to be even worse than in the regular season than he ever has.
No,
I asked this because you're the one who really brought up the point
Yeah.
about is the automatic ABS going to like take away value from him.
yeah,
So
I think that's something we're
curious
just
if that's
gonna have
part of
to. That's just something we're gonna have to monitor. It's hard to tell right now because I think we've seen it kind of work both ways as well. I think I've also seen Joey Bart not challenge some pitches that I thought he should have. So it could probably work both ways. It's going to come down to, I don't know if Henry Davis is going to hit. And if he can't hit and Joey Bart can just be closer to league average with ABS, maybe Joey Bart's not atrocious behind the plate. Maybe. I don't love the situation in general.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really similar to last year where, I mean, I guess technically Bart had more playing time, but it wasn't by a lot. Like I think the two of them split time fairly evenly.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could see
Yeah.
3-2, or it'll be pretty similar. But I think
Yeah.
Joey Bart ends up getting more.
I mean, I do think that's interesting. I mean, last year it was very decisive on who had the better catcher ERA, who handled the staff better, right? In that sense. But I think this is a good talk. You know, it's going to be a wait and see type of situation, but it's going to be interesting of, you know, how much more value does Joey Bart get because of ABS and how much value does Henry Davis lose because of ABS, and does that maybe normalize a little bit? So yeah, I don't think that's a hot take necessarily, but I want to hear you work it through and talk about it, because I'm sure that's gonna be something we'll be talking about throughout the year this year.
For sure.
So I don't think there's much question about catcher. I mean, Endy's having a good spring, just to bring that up, but I think it's clear Endy's on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I think Endy only makes this team if Bart gets traded or if there's an injury of some sort. And even then, I don't know if Endy's the third catcher. I mean, Flores may even be the third catcher at this point, just because Endy hasn't played in so long. Like, do you really want to put him in the majors right now after, you know, barely getting any at bats the last 2 seasons? So I think Endy's squarely on the outside looking in. Flores, I think, still has a shot if something were to happen, but yeah, right now both those two I don't think are making the team.
I'd agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess like the caveat to that too is, would you rather have Endy in the majors and have Flores still developing in the minors, opposed to being like a backup? That could come into play also. So
I think you can do both.
hopefully right now at this point, Bart just doesn't get traded, because I think I'd rather have Bart starting the season than what he would potentially bring in to help this club otherwise. So I guess there's that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Okay. Infield group. This is where I think things are going to get a little interesting. So, does everyone have Spencer Horwitz?
I think we can check
Yes.
that box.
Does everybody have Jared Triolo?
Yes.
Does everybody have Nick Gonzalez?
Check.
Yes.
Okay, so those 3 all yeses.
Well, after tonight's game, maybe I might change my mind.
That's true. I mean, Nick Gonzalez is apparently having a rough game tonight for Team Mexico. Okay, so this is where I think people might start differing here. Who's got Nick York?
I have Nick York. I think he makes the team.
Man, this is tough. Why do we have to go to Nick York right away? Well, I mean, can we not just say Brandon Lau?
Oh yeah, Brandon Lau. Everybody's got Brandon Lau. Right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now back to Nick York.
Nick York.
So again, it's what are they going to do? And I just, again, like with this trade, it's so recent. He hasn't had much playing time, but I just feel like Callahan makes a lot of sense. The idea, and they traded for him, and they must like him. And it was said that they wanted him in that Cabrian Hayes trade. So clearly they want him. They see something in him. Not that they don't see anything in Nick York. They traded for him as well, but I don't think he had that great of a season last year. You know, he's on the outside looking in. He's kind of been like almost given the job because of lack of actual depth. And I think Callahan, being a guy that they want, being the fact that he can kind of play around the diamond a little bit, potentially has more power, different type of bat. I'm going to say Nick's not on the team. Clearly, I just made the reason of why. I just identified who I do think's on the team when you get to him. But yeah, I'm saying
Yeah,
Nick
I
York's
think at the
not
end of
on
the
team.
day, I think Nick York is on the team if Connor Griffin is not, and I think Nick York is off the team if Connor Griffin is on it. That's my thought process here. So I guess let's before I give my answer or you give your answer, is Connor Griffin on the team?
If you're asking me, no.
Does anybody want to give an answer?
No, I don't think he is.
All right, Tyler's a no.
Yeah.
We're talking specifically opening day.
Opening day shortstop Connor Griffin.
Not the 4th day, not the 9th day, not the 11th day, but opening day. I mean, this is such a coin flip. I'm going to say, get back to me after offbeat tomorrow. I'm going to say no. Damn it.
Okay, so Nick York's on your team.
No.
No? So no York either?
Oh,
Math
I guess
wasn't
that
math for me with what you're going with.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe someone else is on my team.
Maybe. Okay.
No,
we'll go
you're
ahead.
right.
Maybe.
Damn it. Because, screw it. You know what? Connor's on opening day. Just because I don't want Nick York. That's it. Connor's got to be on.
I am leaving Nick York off the team, and Connor Griffin is, I think, going to be the opening day shortstop. Like that's my prediction right now. It's like a toss up. I'm like 50-50 right now. And so I'm going to lean yes still. I do want to kind of bring up one thing here about Connor Griffin specifically. Baseball Reference ranks spring training opponent quality, right?
Yes.
So like the quality of the opposing pitcher that you faced. Something that I found interesting kind of looking through this in preparation for this show, heading into today's game, where keep in mind the Pirates faced Kyle Bradish and Chris Bassett today. So this number is only going to go up, but Connor Griffin has faced the highest quality opposing pitching of any Pittsburgh Pirate this spring. And like you just
7.7,
7.7, and that's probably going to go up after today. Yep, 7.7, which means like on average, like slightly below AAA caliber pitching. Which in the spring you're gonna like no one's really above 8. But like what that just shows me is like he's being tested by like real pitchers. He's not up there hitting the ball. He's like these at bats that he's getting, they're not against scrubs. Like he's facing real pitchers. He looks good in these at bats. He's hitting the ball hard. He doesn't look overmatched. He is he's playing a good shortstop. Like he's just, I don't know. The numbers may not be there from like a batting average and on base percentage standpoint right now. But like you look at the exit velocities, you look at the slugging, like when he is hitting the ball, when he's getting on base, he's rounding the bases. Like he leads the team in homers. He's just doing everything right. He looks like he belongs. I don't know if he's going to necessarily be like this 5 or 6. Like, I don't think he's going to be this 5 or 6 WAR player, like right off the bat. But like, if the Pirates want to win this year, and by all accounts, it seems like that's what their main goal is. If the Pirates want to win this year, I think it's pretty clear that Connor Griffin being your everyday shortstop is the best option and puts you in the best spot to win. And I know there's like you look at it and you say, well, is this what's best for Connor Griffin? And yeah, he's 19 years old. He has 90 some plate appearances above high A. He's special. Like you can, like there are a handful of people in the history of this sport, this century, where it's like they're special. And he seems to be one of those guys. So like if there was someone that you could rush and where he wouldn't look like completely lost up there and he actually would help the team, like he's one of those guys. So I'm going to go ahead and say right now, like Connor Griffin's opening day shortstop.
He's the best shortstop in the organization, right?
Yeah.
Like I think all
hands
three of
down.
us agree on that.
Absolutely.
Like you mentioned there, you have to balance what's best for Connor Griffin and also at the same time, and I think it kind of points in your direction of him being here, Jim, is they kind of need to win right now. They have to win or else guys are getting fired. Like front office members probably won't be back if they don't start winning now. And Connor Griffin being here most likely improves this team. Is it best for Connor Griffin? You got to balance that with that. I don't think they will bring him up, and that's kind of just based on Ben Sherrington's comments recently, where he mentioned the 100 plate appearances or so above high A ball. Kind of just made me lean on them not bringing him up. But hey, I mean, there's a lot of reasons to have him here. And guys' jobs are kind of relying on winning right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all fair. You know,
But you're
I'm with you.
Tyler.
Like, I think so too. But I can absolutely see the scenario where it's just like, hey, you're still 19, still a lot of pressure. Like, you're not coming up, but magically against Baltimore at 4:12 p.m. PNC Park, the home opener, he's ready.
Yeah.
Or the next one is San Diego. Like I just, you know what I mean? Like they could just do that. Like, hey, you're at home. We'll do it then. Give you a few days to chill, relax, take it all in, and then come up. I could just see that happening. It still falls under the PPI stuff.
I could see it. And you know what? Like I wouldn't blame them for being like, hey,
I agree.
You need a little bit of time in AAA. I wouldn't, like, the kid's 19 years old. Again, like, there are plenty of reasons to not have him be the starting shortstop, but there are also plenty of reasons to have him be the starting shortstop. So like I said, I don't think I would have I'm not going to have too big of an issue with either. Now, if like these last 2 weeks of spring, he just starts, like he turns it on and it's like a whole other gear, and then they cut him, and it's like, well, man, I don't know about that. But like as things stand right now, I wouldn't be upset. Let me take that back. I would be upset in the way that like your parents are upset if you get like an F on a midterm, right? Where they're more disappointed, like they want to see you do better. That's kind of that's more like what I would be. But I think right now he's the starting shortstop.
He should be.
Yeah.
He's the best. He's the best shortstop, clearly.
So with that said,
Anywho.
I got Nick York in AAA. I've got Nick Gonzalez as my bench bat there in the infield. Does anyone have an Manuel Valdez?
I do not.
No.
Okay. Tyler Callahan?
Yes.
I do too. I think he makes it with York. I think both of them are on the team.
I've got Callahan making the team too. And I think the versatility there, like the fact that he can play some infield, he can play some outfield. He's a lefty bat, which like right now, they've got Mangum on the bench. But in my scenario here, you've got Gonzalez on the bench. You've got Mangum on. We haven't gone to the outfield yet, but Mangum's going to be on my bench. So like having kind of that lefty bat there to go along with Nick Gonzalez, who can also play a little bit of infield and a little bit of outfield. I'm bringing Tyler Callahan north with this team.
Okay, and you said
as like an infielder, outfielder.
You have Nick York going to AAA?
I have Nick York in AAA.
Okay. Let's try to do math there.
Yeah. And like I said, I think it all depends on what they do with Griffin, right? Like I think if Connor Griffin goes to Indy, then York is on the team. If Connor Griffin goes is on the major league roster, then I think York's off.
I think Callahan's off if Griffin comes north.
Okay. We'll get to that then. That means there's another outfielder for you that I don't have, or somebody.
No,
Yeah.
no, because I would have Griffin coming north then. Nick
Oh.
York, backup catcher, and Mangum.
What about Gonzalez?
Well, I don't have. Well, in that case, no, I'm.
What's your math?
Don't want to. Well, we'll get to that.
We'll
Now
get
I
to
got to
that.
do math.
All right, outfielders / DH. Marcell Ozuna. Everybody's got him, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got Brian Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got Ryan O'Hearn. Everybody's got O'Neill Cruz. All right.
Yes.
Jake Mangum. Does everybody have Jake Mangum?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's my 26. Well, that's as far as position. That's my
Same.
13. That's my 13 is Cruz, Lau, Reynolds, O'Hearn, Ozuna, Horwitz, Griffin, Triolo, Bart, Davis, Gonzalez, Callahan, Mangum.
Yeah.
I have Cruz, Lau, Reynolds, O'Hearn, Ozuna, Horwitz, Gonzalez, Triolo, Bart, Davis, York, Callahan, Mangum.
Okay. All right. So all three of us have Callahan. That's interesting.
So yeah, actually, no, Callahan's gone if Griffin comes up.
Yeah. A couple people asking in
That's
the some people asking like why Callahan over Garcia, and I think the answer to that is like if you were to say who's better, I think Joe Simpson Garcia is the better player, but like who's better suited for that specific role at this moment in time, like that's why I'm picking Callahan. Like Joe Simpson Garcia is 23 years old. He's got 9 major league plate appearances. This outfield is very, very jam-packed. Like you've got 4 guys in these outfield to fill these 3 outfield spots already, and Cruz, Lau, O'Hearn, and Mangum, where like you're gonna want to play these guys a lot. So Joe Simpson Garcia, I don't know where he's going to get playing time. And so that's where I feel like Callahan just makes a better fit, because I'm more comfortable giving Callahan 3 plate appearances a week, right? Whereas this spot, that like 5th outfield spot, that guy's not going to play hardly at all. And so like, what do you want Joe Simpson Garcia to do? Do you want him to start 6 games a week in AAA, or do you want him to play once a week in Pittsburgh? And I think it's more valuable for him to get that everyday playing time in AAA. And then if something happens to one of those 4 guys, which let's face it, it's an older outfield. People are going to get injured this year. It's just kind of how it's going to that's how it works.
Baseball.
I think last year the Pirates used 11 different outfielders, right? So like someone's going to get hurt at some point. And then if someone gets hurt, then like Garcia is the first guy up, because there's then going to be a little bit more playing time with him. So Garcia, I just don't see room for him on this roster as is. But he's going to play a part in this team at some point this year. It's just, I don't want him rotting on the bench, because that's what he's going to do. Like if Garcia's on this, like that 26th man, that 5th outfielder, they're going to rot on the bench, because you can't sit O'Hearn and Reynolds and Cruz and Mangum. You can't sit 2 of those guys. You can sit one of them, but like you can't sit 2 of those guys.
I mean, you're going to be last year's Canario. Like that's not going to be good for his development. I mean, we joke how many times here that like you forgot Canario was even on the team until he slid into the lineup, the one day every 2 weeks or something. How's that going to be good for him? Like we talk about the Connor thing, like what's good, best for the team and the player. Well, it might be theoretically best for the team that Garcia is there, but how much more does it really make the team better if it's Garcia playing once every 4 or 5 days opposed to Callahan, when Garcia could be in AAA actually developing and maybe turn into a force that you're going to need for the future as well. So yeah, I mean, this is like, I know a lot of people always argue, you just simply bring your best 26 up. And there are actually real life scenarios where you can't really do that. And one of them is because you have a prospect who is better suited to play every single day to make sure you get the best version of him for his entire career, or at least his entire tenure with the Pirates, opposed to having him play and have 200 plate appearances in the majors this year. That's not why you made that trade. That's not why you traded Oviedo. So you can not develop a guy so we can have 200 plate appearances this year.
Yep.
Comes down to upside. Garcia has upside. Nick York's not much older than him, but Nick York doesn't have the upside that Garcia does. So Garcia needs everyday at bats. Nick York really doesn't. He is what he is. I mean, simple.
I'm not necessarily ready to like give up on Nick York, but I will agree with you like that Garcia has more upside than Nick York. Like I think Nick York, if all goes well, he's probably a utility guy. Like that's probably who
Right.
he is. I think
His
he could be a
ceiling
good
is
one.
big
Yeah,
this
I think
role.
he could be a good one, but Garcia's ceiling is much higher, and so
For sure.
yeah, like I'm not stowing Garcia on my bench to pick up a pinch hit here or there when like he needs to be getting everyday at bats. Okay, so there's our 13 position players. So we want to move on to the pitching staff.
Yes.
I think this one's gonna be a little bit easier. Paul Skeens, Mitch Keller, Braxton Ashcraft, Bubba Chandler. Do we all have those?
I don't know. Paul Skeens doesn't pitch for winners. Can't even beat Italy. I mean, he can, but teams he plays for just don't win things. No, yeah. Those four are on my team.
Okay.
Definitely Paul.
Who's your fifth starter?
Oh no.
No, say his name.
Man.
Let's see if you learn how to pronounce it, Donardo.
Well, it's Urquidy, but I don't know. You know what? The thing is, I feel like he's going to make the team. I just don't know if it's theoretically, technically, is that as the fifth starter, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think he's your fifth starter.
Okay. So who's your fifth starter?
It could be him. I think he's making the team.
We're projecting.
What are we doing here?
I know. This is so tough because honestly, like I'm kind of feeling Clevenger. And I don't know which one I want and which role. So I was one or okay. I'll just throw Urquidy there. Urquidy's the fifth starter, but I'm not saying he might not be the fifth starter.
Sissy, you're a pushover.
Fair.
No, I think.
But this is also like I'm trying to put on Ben's hat, like not mine.
Right.
Putting on Ben's hat. What am I predicting for them to do? And they're tough.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's the fifth starter. I don't love it. I really don't like it, but I think it's the best option they have. And we'll get into all the other scenarios that they could use him with, because I think a lot of that's going to be discussed in the bullpen part.
But on top of that, as we're discussing here, like Clevenger's showing some swing and miss stuff. It's just a fifth starter. I'm not saying like Clevenger's back, but he's been interesting to me.
Neither's looked interesting to me, to be honest. So I asked this question on Twitter. So just to share, I don't know if the voters took this as who they want as the fifth starter or who they pick as the fifth starter, but Hunter Barco was the overwhelming favorite here. 57% of the votes going to Barco, 18% to Urquidy, 16% to Majinski, and 9% to Clevenger. So That's what that's at least what my followers think. I would be shocked. I would be shocked if Hunter Barco's the 5th starter.
Same.
Because you got, like I said, when you get to this like opening day roster, like this isn't your final thing. Like this isn't what you're gonna look like at the end of the year. This is what are you gonna deploy at the beginning of the season that puts you in the best position to pitch all the innings that you're gonna need to cover over the course of the entire year. And that's where, in Barco's case, it's hurting him because Barco has a limited amount of innings. He's got 130-ish, probably tops. If Hunter Barco's your opening day, your 5th starter, like you're going to have to either send him down at some point in the middle of the year and just like rest him for a month, or you're going to have to shut him down early. And I wouldn't want to do that. So I think Barco it'd be real tough for Barco to make this team on opening day. I'm going to say Jose Urquidy, mostly for the fact that he's on a major league deal. I don't think he's looked good, but I think Carmen Majinski's I think Majinski's just so valuable in that long relief role that I don't want to take him out of it. I think if you're looking at the 3 remaining options, Majinski is like the best one. But then it's like, okay, well, what's best for the team? Is it best for the team for Majinski to start every 5 games? Or is it best for Majinski to be able to go 3 innings in the bullpen when you absolutely need somebody to get 7, 8, 9 outs for you? I don't know what the answer to that is. I have a feeling they're gonna use him that way though. So I'm gonna say Urquidy gets the 5th starter. He starts off the year in the rotation. I don't think Jose Urquidy finishes the year in the rotation.
Bold prediction.
Yeah.
Has he ever?
Yeah, he has.
Well, like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're all on the same page though that Hunter Barco is not on the opening day roster.
I do not have Barco on the roster.
And I know you gave your reasons there, but I'm going to be honest. It's because, to me, he hasn't been good enough. His spring has not been good enough. The command hasn't been good enough. I haven't seen Hunter Barco have the spring that gives me any confidence to put him on the opening day roster.
That's fair. I actually I've never been thinking of it in that sense because I've always felt like they want to try. It just makes perfect sense that he's not going to start on opening day because of limits. You want to ramp him up. And it's not that, again, it's not like Urquidy or Clevenger or Majinski to some level is just bombing that you have to. They're doing well enough that I think Hunter Barco is safe, be tucked away into the minor leagues at this point in time. But yeah, I guess also he's not doing it really anything to win it either.
I'll say this:
I think he's having a Jared Jones performance.
Yeah, I think Hunter Barco looks the best out of all those. If you're who's the best starting pitcher? I like Barco a lot, and he's not having a terrible spring. He's walking more people than you'd like to see. But to your point, Tyler, he hasn't done that. In order for Hunter Barco to win this job, he was gonna have to go out there and just have win it. He was Colin used the phrase, leave
Jared
no
Jones.
doubt for Connor Griffin, right? In order for Hunter Barco to break camp with this team, he needs to leave no doubt that he's the guy, and he hasn't done that. I thought he's pitched fine. He's been fine. His stuff is nasty. He's striking out a lot of guys, but he's walking a lot of guys too. But yeah, he hasn't done the necessary things to take that job. Yeah. So
he's working on a lot of stuff as well, but yeah, he needed to be lights out and he wasn't.
Well, there's still 2 weeks, but I agree with you to a point.
That's what makes this question right now so difficult.
Yeah.
There's still 2 weeks.
All right. Bullpen. let's just run through the locks, I think. Dennis Santana, all three of us.
Dougie's boy, he's making it.
Gregory Soto. Yes.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rescinding the contract.
Isaac Matson. Is he on all three?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
looking good too.
All right. Carmen Majinski. Yes.
Yes.
Justin Lawrence.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Johan Ramirez.
Yes.
He's a yes for me too.
He's a yes for me too. And the reason being, like, I don't expect Johan Ramirez to be on the team at the end of the year, but he's on a major league deal. Has no options. He has a working right arm. So like I think he's going to start the year in the majors. So,
And Colin also had a good article, I think a couple weeks ago, about him, Santana, and I can't remember the other one that was in there, but Johan Ramirez is a great clubhouse guy.
Yeah.
And heard that from
actually,
multiple people down in spring as well.
Let's say I think Colin, we were talking to him about that. It was Colin specifically before the Oracle and all that. Yeah. And again, we're talking about what are they going to do? No, what we would do.
Right.
And they seem to like him for multiple reasons. So yeah, like there's
a reason they
to
keep
me,
bringing
like
him
an
back.
absolute. Mm-hmm.
okay.
So comes down to
so we've got Santana, Soto, Matson, Lawrence, Majinski, Ramirez. That leaves 2 spots. Who are your final 2 relievers?
Mason. Are we all on board?
So I will agree with Mason Montgomery. I don't know if I would have him there, but I think he will make it just because, well, they need a second lefty. Who knows about a third?
Well, they need a second.
This one's tough. This one's like I've flip-flopped on this a lot. I don't think that both Montgomery and Sisk make this team. I don't think that they are going with all 3. I think they're going to pick 2 lefties.
Who's it going to
And
be?
like these two are, it's so tough. Montgomery's stuff is so nasty.
It is.
Sisk can't get righties out at all though, but he can get lefties out. Like he's good at that one thing. Montgomery, I think I'm gonna go with Montgomery. I'm going with Montgomery. They both have options. It's not like either of them are in a different situation there. I'm going with Mason Montgomery just because of the upside.
Then who? Who's the last one?
Last guy to
so
round
this
out
is where, like, I'll start it. This is where I am going Clevenger. And again, like, I don't know if it's going to technically be him in the bullpen or Keedy, the 5th star. You know, it could be different ways, but I do think both of them are making it. And so I am going to go with Clevenger.
Ty.
I think it's going to be Clevenger as well. I mean, when they signed him to Narda, we were on. I think I said he's going to be in the bullpen on opening day. So I'm going to stick with that. I think Clevenger and Urquidy kind of do some sort of weird piggyback where they both are similar guys. Or maybe it's another guy that's piggybacking with that. I don't know how they'll work all that out, but I do think Clevenger makes it over Evan Sisk.
Yeah. I agree. Hi, Paul. Paul's back.
I also think it's Mike Clevenger. There's a few reasons for that. One, if you are in the North Shore 9 Discord, you would have found out today that Mike Clevenger needs added to the 40-man roster by March 20th, or he can opt out. So that leads me to believe, kind of, again, going back to like the numbers game thing, like just having enough arms and innings to get you through a season. If you want Mike Clevenger to contribute at all, you may need him to do it towards the beginning of the season. And then if he's good, cool. If not, cut bait, right? So I'm also going to agree. I can't believe we're all agreeing on our bullpen here, but yeah, I'm going Mike Clevenger on the final spot. Mostly because, again, like you need to stockpile arms, and I don't know how long Mike Clevenger will be in the majors. I don't know if he'll help out at all, really. He hasn't really impressed me at all. The stuff looks decent, but it's not like he's not getting hit hard still. But yeah, I'm gonna go Clevenger with that last spot.
So no one said Davinsky.
No one said.
Which I think is fair.
Davinsky.
I feel like he's going to be the veteran depth potentially. But
I don't know if he'll still be here.
According to MLB Spreadsheets Patreon, make sure you sign up. It has a ton of awesome information. But Chris Davinsky cannot opt out of his deal until April 25th. So if you're thinking like you need a month to figure it out or decide, there it is.
It's been a rough spring for him, though. He does not miss bats anymore.
Well, it's been a rough half decade for him, truly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the one thing is, and this isn't to compare, that it doesn't like, it's not that it means too much, but I mean, Clevenger has done it more recently. Like Davinsky, it's been a rough go for him for a while. And Tyler, I mean, I know both of us, we talked about him quite a bit, even from the old Denard dugout days and such, but like Davinsky was a dude. We love that guy. And like, that's a role Carmen Mlodzinski could fill. And that's such a valuable role. And that's why we like Carmen in that role, because Carmen could be the Davinsky of this team, to some level, but like, it just hasn't been there, where Clevenger has had more success of recent. And I do find, again, we differ apparently, and that's fine. But like, I do find his stuff more intriguing right now in spring of the two for sure.
Yeah, Davinsky has one strikeout right now, which like that's not, again, strikeouts aren't everything, but and it's 5 games, right? So like there's plenty
Right.
other ways to kind of go about that, but yeah, he's got a 5% strikeout rate. That's just not going to get it done as a right-handed reliever.
So can I ask you guys, are you piggybacking that 5th starter spot, or are you just giving it to either Urquidy or Clevenger?
I've been talking about this I feel like since the offseason began. I do love the idea of, I don't want to call it like a true piggyback, but having two guys, like if you use Clevenger in that role or Urquidy, and Mlodzinski in that role where like they can be bulk guys at some level. Like I like how the Pirates have been utilizing that role, and to have two of them. Of course, preferably one is a righty, one is a lefty, but regardless, to have two of those guys, I think can add true value, especially for a team that has innings worries in their rotation. So, yeah, I do like it.
I think they're going to get creative with that 5th spot. I do. Because you just think of like, do you trust Urquidy to go like 3 times through an order? I don't. And maybe they do this in terms of like an opener, where they like maybe Carmen goes out there and he pitches 2 innings, and then Urquidy comes in and he pitches 4, and then all of a sudden you're in the 7th, right? Like maybe that's how they go about doing it. Maybe it
closes it out.
Maybe it is like a piggyback situation, but I think they get creative with it, either with like an opener, a set opener, or like a 3-and-3 type deal. So
Here's what I don't love about that, though. Like, I know you mentioned Majinski, but I don't want him opening up anything because if you look at this bullpen, I don't love the middle relief. Getting the ball to either Madsen or Soto and Dennis Santana is very important. That middle of the pack here is very risky.
Well, kind of the
Majinski's
point
a
of the
guy I think that
opener,
if you plug
though-
him there, like I trust that guy all day.
Yeah, the point of
Mason
the opener,
Montgomery,
though,
I
is-
don't.
Yeah, but the point of the opener, like if you can get two, let's say you get 2 out of Majinski, or let's say it's 2 1/3, and then you get 3 2/3 out of Urquidy. You just got 6
There you
innings.
go.
You don't need to go to the middle of your bullpen anymore. You're in the 7th. You can go Madsen, Soto, Santana, boom, boom, boom.
So my argument there is more of not using Majinski in that role. I think I'd rather have Majinski in the middle relief role where you can plug and play him a little more and give him an inning, maybe 2 maximum, but he can go back-to-back days when you need him to. I don't want to lock him into something because I think he's too valuable getting the ball to a Dennis Santana and a Gregory Soto and an Isaac Madsen.
Well, I think you can still do that. Like
I
all
think
you're
you could.
doing is
If he's
essentially
being an
on the
opener, though,
5th
that's
start.
tough.
Well, I just feel like if on the 5th start, you're just making his bullpen appearance at the front of it, and he can still pitch somewhere when needed in between. Because he did that last year, like when he opened. I mean, he opened with someone, like it was known he was going to be the opener, but he's pitching with whoever it was. I forget the time. But then, like throughout the week, he was still pitching out of the bullpen. I think it's the same.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, he
and
pitched
honestly, like, I
100
want
innings last
someone-
year.
and I want
I
someone
know.
good.
We saw what
like, if
happened
you're-
with Chris
if
Davinsky,
you're
though.
if you're facing the top of the order, like I don't want, like I want my better pitcher facing that top of the lineup. Again, I think they've got multiple ways to go about doing this thing. But I think they get creative with that 5th spot. I guess is what I'm saying. Whether it's an opener, whether it's a piggyback, I don't think we will see that 5th spot in a like a traditional starting pitcher role.
Right. Just to add on to this, like that's why the one thing I don't like is like they're all righties though. That's also it's just kind of where like you don't have the we'll have the opener who's a lefty, but then the righty comes in for the bulk and such, or vice versa. Like that's how last year when they had
Ashcraft did that. Burrows did that a little bit.
who was
Majinski.
I guess Barco came in late. Oh, that's right. That's what it was. I was thinking maybe Barco would be in that role for this year because of innings. That's what I was thinking.
Maybe.
So never mind. It wasn't what they did last year. But anyways, to have like a righty and a lefty, I think helps us out since they're all righties. It's not the most advantageous use of it, but I do think, well, I think we all agree they'll get creative in the 5th spot, and this gives them those options.
They have to.
Yeah. Okay, so all of us had the same 13 pitchers.
Yeah.
Skeens, Keller, Ashcraft, Chandler, Urquidy, Santana, Soto, Madsen, Lawrence, Montgomery, Majinski, Ramirez, Clevenger. That was boring. I was hoping there was going to be a Sisk thrown in there, or I don't know. There's someone in the comments said, is there any chance Noah Murdoch makes this team? Which I think the answer to that is no. I think
Noah
we see
Davis?
Noah Murdoch maybe at some point, but not now. Noah Davis pitched good for 4 2/3 innings today. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And aside from that, like he gave up a home run and then he gave up another home run earlier in the year. It was a 93-mile-an-hour home run. So,
Yeah.
like, all things considered, he has done well throughout
Yeah.
spring.
I think just there's only so many spots. And I think with the 13 pitchers that we named, I think that puts them in the best position to deploy all of their arms over the course of the season. Because I said, you got to kind of think of this as this is just the first game of 162. What is your pitching staff going to look like? And I think that's what it's going to look like. We're going to see those other guys, I think, at some point. I mean, that you're going to like this team is going to use 25 pitchers next year, right? So it's like they're all going to get some playing time at some point. But who's going to be for the first 13?
Yeah, that makes sense. But right, we're talking about like there's still the Barcos. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's still Barco become up. There's still the Harringtons. There's still the Dotels. The Antoine Kellys, like that next list of prospects types that we're talking about, like they're intriguing arms too that you might see later on in the year. So like there is a lot of depth as far as arms go for this. And I want to add this too, because Tyler's talking about the middle relief. Like he's not too, it's risky, I'll just watching the team, just seeing stuff. That's what makes me feel better about this bullpen right now than what I did. Is because of Isaac Mattson. Is that a 1-year wonder? Like, does that go away? He's looked good, and he's working on the changeup, adding some more stuff to his repertoire to, so it's not just fastball. But Justin Lawrence also looking good. That slider looking still filthy. The middle relief is making me feel, and I kind of put Isaac Mattson in there, as a middle relief in a sense. But the bullpen depth is making me feel more comfortable with this bullpen. I mean, losing David Bednar I thought was a huge risk. And I still would rather have David Bednar on this bullpen than not. But it was like, after Santana, like, what is there really? And Isaac Mattson's showing himself to be really good. There is Gregory Soto who, I understand your point, but there's some good stuff there. Justin Lawrence, again, like Lawrence looks filthy. And if he's going to be healthy all year, which, I think can certainly happen. Yeah, this bullpen looks pretty good. It's got some sick stuff.
Okay, and close out, just to close this out too, we're adding 2 people to the 40-man, so it means we do need to drop 2. Who we dropping?
Good question.
I got to double check on the 40-man roster.
I think for me, there's one option that I think is just it Billy Cook. I think Billy Cook's someone who is very DFA-able. He's very far down on the depth chart, no matter what position I think you look at it. And then,
well, wait a minute.
I think Billy
about
Cook is my
Harbin?
answer.
Can't he go on the 60-day?
Billy Cook,
his injury.
I don't think it's a 60-day IL injury, though.
What's Harbin? What did he?
That was Harbin.
What happened?
Harbin's not going on the 60-day. Harbin was optioned. They're not giving Harbin MLB playing time. I don't think they would do that. So yeah, if we're adding Clevenger, we're adding Griffin. So we're adding 2, DiNardo. Tyler, you're only adding 1, so you only need to drop 1 guy. But I'm dropping. Yeah, I'm dropping Cook, and I'm probably dropping Manuel Valdez. With the addition of Tyler Callahan and having Nick York on the team, it's like Valdez kind of becomes redundant. Like what can Valdez do that Callahan can't? So those are my 2 drops. Billy Cook and Manuel Valdez.
Well, I'll let DiNardo think there for a second. In my case, I basically have to drop a pitcher.
You don't have to.
Yeah,
I didn't drop a pitcher.
I'd probably. I think Billy Cook is the most likely one to go here, but Cam Sanders I think is an option.
Cam Sanders at this point
rather
probably he's the only DFA-able pitcher that I think is on the roster right now.
But I
don't think I would DFA him though. Like
I think Billy Cook was on. Honestly, it was kind of surprising that it was Jack. Well, not surprising because of the money that was tied up with Jack, but in a normal world, I think Billy Cook is gone before Jack Sawinski was. So he would probably be the obvious pick.
Yeah. I'm keeping Sanders just because, John just mentioned it here in the comments. Like, I think you're going to need him at some point.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're going to need Cook or Valdez though.
Yeah, I don't need Billy Cook.
I think that's where I'm going to is Valdez and Cook. Again, like Sanders makes the most sense to me outside of those two. I mean, there's some interest in Valdez to some level, but this team is past that. Like at this point, like they've shored things up. And honestly, it was funny because when I was watching him take, well, he was at first fielding practice, and he was making some solid plays. Did I disappear?
You look so much better.
Yeah, the show just got a lot better. So
the female audience,
sweet.
Increased.
El Gato. So he actually looked good. My takeaway was like, you know what? He kind of impressed me. He's making some picks at first, and then the game played, and he couldn't catch a ball clean at all. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm good with Valdez. Moving on from him, I guess. So I guess I'll go with him and Billy Cook as well. Like I said, outside of that, yeah, I don't know. Sanders maybe next, Cam Sanders, but yeah, that's all I can really think of right now at this time.
I'm a little disappointed that my 26-man roster is exactly the same as DiNardo's.
Mine's not.
I am more disappointed.
I am incredibly happy that for the first time in 6 years doing this show and doing this projection, my answer to who is getting cut off the 40-man was not throw a dart.
That's a good point. That's actually a really good point.
Every year it has been just throw a dart and pick one. This year there's an actual thought behind it.
I hate Bucko Mike.
All right. Well, the debut of Offbeat comes tomorrow. Everybody,
what's the score of the Italy-Mexico game, by the way, real quick?
The score of Italy-Mexico is 9-1 Italy.
Ooh, you could FanDuel showing that because USA is plus 130 to be the World Baseball Classic winner this year now.
Dang.
And they were just out of it about 6 hours ago.
Wild. That's wild. Plus 130.
Wow.
Plus
And they were
130. Yeah.
What's the Dominican Republic?
Dominican Republic is plus 280.
I'll say I like that. I like that Dominican Republic team.
Japan is plus 420. Venezuela plus 600.
Japan hasn't impressed me.
How about Italy at plus 2,000? I mean, they're just running through people, though. Oh, Frankie Cervelli got them ready to go.
Francisco Cervelli. Let's get him on the Pirates staff somewhere.
Got to.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bring that espresso from DeFair.
Yes. Yes.
There we go. Love it.
All right. But yeah, I mean, we're let's see. We're 2 weeks away from opening day. 2 weeks and 1 day.
That is exciting. I know you can't see it on my face, but that's exciting.
You know what else is exciting is we got a little bit of a sneak peek of Nolan McLean and garbage.
He sucks.
Pirates are going to put up 10 on that guy.
He let his whole country down.
Yeah. Yeah. Not our pitcher.
Garbage.
That's not my opening day starter.
Nope. Nope. But no, appreciate everybody watching, listening. Like I said, DiNardo hopping off here made the show a little bit better. We didn't get anything from Dan Zimborski, did we?
That son of a bitch. No.
He's dead to us.
And Dan, like chronically online.
I know.
No.
Well, although, what's your answer? What's your answer to the question? What would be the most annoying animal to be a coworker with?
Mine is the mosquito. Just because mosquitoes
suck.
suck.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the sloth just because I think we've all worked with someone who's just like really lazy and they're slow. And like you give them a task and you just know that it's going to take them forever to do it. I feel like a sloth would be just awful to work with.
So what's funny is I was going that route and I was like, I feel like that's going to be a route some other people go. So I was like, let me think of the opposite. And I'm thinking of a ferret because a ferret just doesn't sit down. Just sit, shut up and let me work. Well, sit down, leave me alone. Stop running around everywhere. Stop being the overachiever. Just chill. Barrett would just, I think, get on my nerves.
A parrot would be
That's
worse because I hate when people repeat me.
Yeah, that's a fair. That's a fair.
But you
fair
don't
point.
talk. It would be quiet.
Yeah. So the few times I do talk, don't repeat it.
Oh, actually, yeah. Because a few times you do talk, you don't want that repeated.
Hey now.
All right, everybody.
I said Jira.
Offbeat tomorrow. Like the video, subscribe to the page if you haven't. Hit the little bell so that way every time those offbeat shows upload, you get the notification. Make that part of just your morning routine going forward. I feel like that's going to be a lot of really good stuff there. But yeah, outside that, we got anything else to add here?
Nope. Back
I
to the
love you all.
grind.
All right. Catch y'all later.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.